Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy will most likely include both old and new spells, but there are a few spells from the original series that we, the Potterheads, greatly wish to see. Hi there, mate! League of Gamers is back with another fantastic game that you should try. If you're new here, hello and welcome. We regularly publish about the latest game changes, so if you don't want to miss out, subscribe and switch on notifications to be notified of every upload. Before we get into the spells that you can expect to see in the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, let's talk about some things you should know about the game. Avalanche Software has revealed that Hogwarts Legacy, a widely anticipated open-world adventure game set in the Harry Potter universe, is now in development. Hogwarts Legacy will transport gamers to Hogwarts, the famous wizarding school. However, the tale of Harry Potter novels and films will not be repeated in the game. Instead, it'll be set in the 1800s, with its tale and unique perspective on the magical world. The game will be released for PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and was first announced in 2020. However, because of the delay, it appears that we'll have to wait until 2022 to play it, with creators stating that more time is required before it can be released. It's been a while since we heard anything about Hogwarts Legacy, and considering the game's absence from E3, it's unclear when we'll learn more. Let's move on to what you may expect in terms of gameplay and game settings. Hogwarts Legacy will be an immersive open-world RPG set in the 18th century wizarding world, specifically Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Your character is a student who bears the key to an ancient mystery that threatens to split the wizarding world apart, according to the game's official website. The player realizes that they can acquire and master ancient magic after receiving a late acceptance letter for Hogwarts. The description reads, "Only you can decide whether you will protect this knowledge for the good of all, or succumb to the temptation of more evil magic." Players will create and customize their characters, make potions, master spellcasting, upgrade their talents, make alliances, and battle dark wizards in Hogwarts Legacy to decide the fate of the wizarding world. Players may also expect to encounter fascinating animals and visit new and familiar areas, such as Hogsmeade Village and the Forbidden Forest. Now, let's move on to the spells you should look forward to in the game. There are dozens of iconic spells in the Harry Potter universe that could be revived in Hogwarts Legacy. Some spells, such as Ridiculous, which propels boggarts, are quite precise, while others are employed daily to achieve a range of goals. Some of the more well-known spells, like Lumos and Expelliarmus, are very certain to be in Hogwarts Legacy, but a few slightly less well-known and specialized spells should also be included. In Hogwarts Legacy, players will be able to play as their own Hogwarts student. To determine the fate of the wizarding world and leave their mark on history, they must choose between light and dark magic. Because the player character possesses the rare and powerful ability to master ancient magic, there will certainly be many new spells to learn. However, it's crucial to balance the familiar and the unexpected, which is where these ancient spells come in. First, we have the Stupefy spell. One of the most important spells in a wizard's fighting arsenal is Stupefy. Stupefy could be compared to Avada Kedavra, the unforgivable killing curse, because the player must choose between light and dark in many situations. Stupefy is one of the most effective techniques to eliminate an opponent without killing them or doing significant damage. Stupefy is frequently used in classrooms in the Harry Potter series, therefore it's doubtful that this spell would irreparably harm anyone. For wizards who want to live in the light, having a spell that can knock out adversaries without killing them will be crucial, and Stupefy is the appropriate spell for the task. And then we have Episkey. Luna Lovegood used Episkey to repair Harry's broken nose in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. The player will undoubtedly confront many terrible creatures in battle in Hogwarts Legacy, and will want to be prepared with an in-fight healing mechanism. There are many different healing spells in the wizarding world, so it doesn't have to be the Episkey spell, but Episkey is an excellent rapid treatment for small injuries on the spot. This is more of a functional spell than a fun one, but having a handful of healing alternatives to deploy quickly when things become hard is a useful element. Other means, such as potions kept on hand, would of course serve the same function. Of course, we're also eyeing for Piertotum Locomotor. Piertotum Locomotor appears in both Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and Professor McGonagall's Deathly Hallows book. It's one of the Battle of Hogwarts' many unforgettable scenes. Professor McGonagall casts the spell to bring the stone soldier statues guarding Hogwarts to life to safeguard the school from Voldemort's assault. Professor McGonagall confesses to Molly Weasley that she'd always wanted to employ the spell in the film, thanks to the score and the dramatic statues coming to life. While it may not be the most important or useful spell in the Harry Potter universe, many fans are sure to agree with McGonagall and would welcome the chance to try it out for themselves. We also look forward to Legilimens. Legilimens is the spell linked with the practice of legilimency or mind reading. Occlumency, or the art of closing one's mind to Legilimens, is the opposite of legilimency. Professor Snape seeks to assist Harry to block off his mind to Lord Voldemort's incursion in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix when occlumency is mentioned. Queenie Goldstein is a gifted Legilimens in the Fantastic Beasts films, which can sift through layers of a person's mind with ease despite not being malicious. A Legilimens would be an intriguing character if Hogwarts Legacy allowed players to develop specialized character compositions. Legilimency could be used by a wizard who isn't as proficient in fighting to gain the upper hand on their opponent by anticipating their maneuvers or uncovering weaknesses. Even though it is a contentious skill set, Hogwarts Legacy should include it and allow the player to grapple with the moral consequences on their own. Of course, how can we forget the Expecto Patronum? Expecto Patronum is one of the most well-known spells in the Harry Potter series, and it has multiple meanings throughout the novel. The Patronus charm is meant to ward off Dementors by conjuring up a pleasant recollection, but it is also the only protective spell against Lethifolds. This magical beast resembles Dementors. Although Lethifolds has yet to be seen in any Harry Potter books or films, they may appear in Hogwarts Legacy. The Patronus charm is especially significant because it is unique to each wizard. Patronus charms have the appearance of the wizard's spirit protector, which is comparable to a spirit animal. Even if there aren't many opportunities to utilize it during battle, Hogwarts Legacy players will want to know what form their Patronus takes, so it's an important component of character development that would be sadly missed if it's not included. Hello there, friend! Before we get into the game's release date, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So, you're probably wondering when the game will be released. When Hogwarts Legacy was initially leaked, Bloomberg reported that it would be released in 2021 on next-gen platforms. However, the game was officially delayed to 2022 at the start of the new year, as publisher Portkey Games announced that more time was required to get the game in top form. While the game was first unveiled at a PlayStation 5 event, it will also be available on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, PS4, and PC. It's unknown whether the PS5 version will have a scheduled exclusivity period. Hogwarts Legacy may choose to depict the Wizarding World's darkest side. A conversation about the game's potential age classification opened up possibilities for the Harry Potter title to include the book series Dark Arts, the forbidden magic that only powerful, wicked wizards utilize, according to a now-deleted tweet from Hogwarts Legacy writer DC Allen. When asked if killing will be possible in the next game, the writer replied, "Are they not allowed to kill people in games with 16 or more players? Horizon Zero Dawn seemed to allow you to murder evil guys, although it wasn't violent fully." I'm not sure I can explicitly address that question, but as you can see from the teaser, there's a lot of evil going on in the Wizarding World. After a PlayStation blog article from Adrian Ropp, head of story at Avalanche, revealed the game would involve dueling against a terrible dark witch, it has been confirmed that wicked opponents in Hogwarts Legacy will employ dark magic. However, Allen's remark indicates that the game may feature more mature themes and attack tactics for the protagonist. There have been rumors of a morality system in the game, which could leave the door open for players who desire to explore the dark side of magic to employ the so-called killing curse Avada Kedavra. That's it for today's video. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified whenever a new video is released. This is League of Gamers, and we'll see you in the next one.